Hey, welcome in, beautiful beings. My name is Lindsay Banks. I'm a shaman, author, founder of Temple Woman, amongst many other things. So in this video today, I wanted to share a little bit about mastering our own emotions. So this sort of comes off the back of an Instagram post that I shared recently, where I talked about people who have hurt us and how the best way to deal with them is to send them love, forgiveness, compassion. And it's not always the easiest thing to do, especially when that person may have hurt us really deep, and it can take time. And the other thing that I'd commented on was how we react to other people's emotions and words and actions. So often I might see people saying, for example, that person made me feel unhappy, that person made me feel sad, that person made me feel angry. That person is not in control of your own emotions. You are in control of your emotions. So if you feel anger because of what someone has said or what someone has done, that's for you to own that emotion, and again, I think just in terms of our vocabulary and how many of us have been brought up in society, there's always like finger pointing and there's blame, and it's like, well, that person made me do it. Really? Did they? Or was it you? So there's very much there can be this unwillingness to accept responsibility for our own emotions and our own reactions. And like I said, it can take time, because sometimes, especially if we're quiet, and especially if we're trying to avoid conflict or trying to avoid an argument, we'll keep quiet for so long, and then all of a sudden someone will say something or will do something and you just flip, and it might be like, it might be that you react and you're swearing, it might be that you're suddenly shouting, you might find yourself in just this tizzy of emotions, which are all going on at the same time, and the person sort of looking at you as if like, oh my god, all I said was like the car is red and not black, or something like that. And sometimes it's not just that thing that was said, but it's a culmination of things that have been said to us. So just in terms of learning to master our own emotions, the first step is accepting responsibility, that we are responsible for our own emotions. Just because other people say things and just because other people do things is no indication of who you are as a person. Okay, I'm just asking, is there anything else that you want me to share? Okay, so I just wanted to share this story with you as well. So it came through when I went out dancing yesterday, and I was thinking about how, when you're listening to music, a song or a playlist, especially with a playlist, it's like you start off at this bottom bit where you're feeling quite calm, you might be feeling a little bit anxious, you're not sure about people in the room, about their energies, and then you might be feeling self-conscious about dancing in front of people. And then what happens is this playlist, it sort of like goes like this, and then it goes up, and like you're in this moment of like intense joy and excitement and happiness, and then it starts to come down again, and then you're feeling a little bit tired and a little bit sad that the dance is coming to an end, or relieved that the dance is coming to an end, if you're proper going for it like I was yesterday. So our emotions don't define us either. So when I hear people saying, oh, I'm depressed, I'm anxious, I'm fearful, for example, I'm nervous, these are all emotions, that it's not a state. We can't, in our natural form, in our human form, it's not natural for us to be in, say, for example, a depressed state for 6 months, for a year, for a long period of time. For me, in terms of the emotions, they're very much sort of like, they're like this, they go up and down, up and down, up and down. And it's like, actually, how do we deal with the low points in our life, and how do we how do we flow with the high points? So when you're going down, you know, being aware that all of a sudden you're sinking, or being aware that, you know, oh my God, why am I feeling like this? You know, sometimes like I get hit by bouts where I'm just like, I'm in bed and I'm like, right, why am I not wanting to do anything? My body's exhausted, my mind's exhausted, my soul is tired, you know, and it's about honouring that and just going, right, so I just need to lie here for as long as I need to. And sometimes it's been like, you know, maybe like 12 hours max. And then I started to feel a little bit lighter and a bit better. And rather than fighting against it, rather than, you know, looking for external substances to take that's going to help me through it, it's more just sitting with it and going, right, why am I feeling like this? What unresolved trauma needs to come up? You know, what is my body trying to process? What is my mind trying to process? Like really allowing yourself to feel it as well. And you know, sometimes the reason why people can sink into really long periods, shall we say, of feeling as if, you know, they're exhausted, they're tired, they're anxious, etc., is because there's no work being done, you know, or like, not that there's no work being done, but often the reason for those states, for them to be such long periods, is through unresolved trauma. And it might not be from this lifetime, it might be from past lifetimes as well. You know, I'm massive on past lifetimes. I love them and I love exploring them, and often there's things that have happened in our past lives which do affect our present state. So I went for a walk the other day, and I just drove myself out into the middle of the country and found this lovely place to walk. And as I first started walking along, I felt very calm, very peaceful, very content, you know, very joyful. And about 25 minutes in, I got to this really big hill. So I started walking up this hill, and as I'm walking up the hill, my thought process has changed, and I was like, oh my God, I'm so unfit. Oh my God, I need to do more, you know, stamina-based exercises. Oh my God, this is a really tough hill to walk up. And then when I got to the top, there was this beautiful view, and there was just this, I just stood, and the wind was blowing, and I just stood with my arms open like Rose from Titanic, you know, just with the wind really blowing against me, and really enjoying, you know, the sensations of that. And then as I began to descend back down, again, my thought process were like, whew, that was a really tough walk. Oh, I wish I'd brought a drink now. It's really warm. Oh, I'm a bit tired now. You know, and so our thoughts and our emotions are very much like this all day long, but it's how we choose to handle them. And it's very much, you know, about being aware of our emotions. It's about accepting our emotions. I remember, you know, sometimes I would just burst out crying for no reason with friends, and then I'd be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, you know, I don't mean to do that. But actually I needed to do it, and it was a safe space for me to just allow those tears to come. And so yeah, so I said these emotions can go like really up and down through the day, but it's how we choose to master them and how to own them as well, and not expecting others to fix us, to make us happy, to, you know, if someone says or does something and you feel angry about it, then really look at like, well, why do I feel angry because of what that person has said or done? You know, what has it triggered within me that I need to look at? Yeah. So I just wanted to share those thoughts with you around mastering our emotions, because it feels very much like, you know, we all need to take responsibility for our emotions, rather than trying to blame other people for how we feel. It's about us accepting and saying, right, actually, yeah, you've done this, you've said this, it's made me feel angry. So why do I feel angry? Because I feel betrayed, because I feel hurt, you know, and really going like deeper into it. So yeah, I just wanted to share those thoughts with you for today, and sending you lots of love, lots of hugs, and I will see you in the next video.